In the vast universe of existence, there are two distinct types of souls. One type is like a divine magnet, drawing cosmic wonders into their life with an unparalleled force. The other type, in turn, repels these celestial gifts, distancing themselves from the grandeur that the universe offers. If you are absorbing these words, it is because you are closer to the first type, those who allow themselves to be enveloped by the sublime divine energy, and farther from the second. However, I understand that you may not have fully incorporated the sacred habits necessary to achieve this elevated state of consciousness. Some call this charisma, the ability to illuminate the surroundings, express oneself in a magnetic manner, and make others feel the pure divine presence. In contrast to the second type of person, these beings radiate a revitalizing energy, providing hope and power. When we connect with these illuminated souls, we are surrounded by a magnetic and enchanting aura, something radiant and transcendental. They not only give us energy and power, but also inspire hope. As we interact with these exceptional beings, they reflect the most beautiful and powerful aspects of our own divine essence. These blessed beings are spiritually engaging and mystical, acting as magnets for wonderful experiences. They possess unique characteristics, patterns of behavior that have led them to this divine and spiritually magnetic state. Divine habits present in the practices of spiritual figures like Buddha, Jesus, Krishna, and many others are the key to this spiritual magnetism. The beauty lies in the fact that modern science validates the light of these facts, revealing congruences in the actions and thoughts of these illuminated figures. This highlights the power of a divine force manifesting collectively throughout existence. By adopting these divine habits in your life, you will not only become magnetic and spiritually illuminated, but also live a happier, healthier, and more prosperous existence. You will have the ability to face adversities with serenity, navigating the pains and sorrows of life with an indomitable inner peace. Self-knowledge. Charge of self-knowledge, and the divine said, "Love your enemy," and I obeyed, so I loved myself. That is the first step. You are the only person who has direct access to your consciousness. Not everything you think or feel is true. Sometimes they are beliefs and thoughts implanted by your traumatic experiences or by others throughout your life. Only when you know yourself can your mind begin to serve you as a sharp and efficient tool. For this, you need moments alone, introspection, calm observation without distractions. This way, you can begin to know your own flaws, passions, and biases, and then act towards self-transformation, separating what serves you from what doesn't. The more you know yourself, the more the divine will manifest in you, and you will have the patience and understanding to embrace the next lessons and remain calm, being compassionate towards what you perceive in others. How do you act in relation to this? They often say that knowledge is power. I prefer to say that knowledge liberates, and knowledge about the self, who you are and why you do what you do, is true power. Power over oneself. Save yourself before trying to save others. Many people love to point fingers and see the mistakes of others, but never look into the mirror of the soul honestly. Illuminate your demons and become self-aware. Then illuminating the demons of others will become easier, with less judgment and more understanding. Then you can save others. Hence the saying of Sun Tzu, "If you know the enemy and know yourself, your victory will not be in doubt. If you know heaven and know earth, you can achieve your victory." Don't see an enemy in others. Illuminate the enemy that exists within you. Love yourself and understand yourself completely. Then, you will already be starting to change, and this enemy will eventually be overcome by your higher self. It's about embracing who you are at your core and living a life that is aligned with your true self, not with an image created for social approval. When you know yourself, are true to your essence, you operate from a place of integrity and honesty, not just with the world around you, but crucially with yourself. Authenticity is magnetic because most people lack it. They live in ignorance of themselves. Their thoughts are echoes of society and other people. Their lives are a masked imitation. Their passions are fleeting, and their values are unknown. When you act according to who you are, you show the world that things can be done, barriers can be overcome, and challenges can be conquered. Your fearless and authentic actions inspire others to abandon their inhibitions and pursue their dreams in essence with courage. Self-knowledge is a profound process of self-reflection. Speak the truth to yourself and about yourself. Align your actions with your values. Do not compare yourself to others, but to who you can become and the past mistakes you have already overcome. Celebrate your uniqueness and be grateful for reaching this moment. Become who you are by learning about who you are. Unconditional love. How many people out there claim to hate violence and hatred, yet in their speech and actions reveal a love for hatred and are violent in their words? Love has gravity, a unique energy that positively bends reality. As I discussed in a previous video, it attracts a gravitational spiritual force in our direction. Let's remember the essence of Jesus Christ. He made the right people instantly feel protected, comfortable, and secure. Even the excluded cried in front of him. Despite being vilified, he listened attentively, loved them, and forgave. Crying out loud and showing vulnerability is not easy. Deciding to forgive and love someone when everyone else tries to convince you otherwise is also not easy. The power of this absolute love resides in you. Great figures show that, with persistence and divine habits, we can achieve the gravity of empathy. This transforms your aura, allowing you to understand and feel people. This openness and light bring their emotions to the surface, even though it's difficult. That's where you find the Spirit of God. Unconditional love is like an open sky, always present, regardless of what happens. It doesn't change when we make mistakes, face tough times, or reveal our imperfections. It is pure, selfless, and all-encompassing. Think of the Father's love in the biblical story of the prodigal son, who welcomes him with open arms and forgives everything. This love remains constant regardless of the son's actions. Unconditional love is magnetic because people are drawn to genuine care and understanding. When you love unconditionally, you learn to love yourself first, and that love returns to you, integrating into your perception. It's easy to love the beautiful, the wonderful, the dazzling. The real challenge is to love the leper, forgive the unforgivable, have compassion for the obscured spirit of an ignorant person who committed an unspeakable act. Love doesn't reside in superficial appearances, but in the divine potential of every soul. There's a candle in your heart ready to be lit, an emptiness in your soul ready to be filled. You feel it, don't you? You are the soul of the universe, and your name is love. Be certain that in the religion of love, there are no believers. Love embraces everything. Voluntary suffering. If you want an easy life, do difficult things. If you want a difficult life, do easy things. The more voluntary suffering you incorporate into your life, the less involuntary suffering will affect you. The conformists of the modern world are like sheep. They avoid suffering at any cost and idolize pleasure, as if it were the shepherd of their souls. By giving in to momentary pleasure, you forget what is deeper and more lasting, a sense of greater accomplishment. You will suffer involuntarily. Accept this fact, but choose to suffer voluntarily to become powerful. For all the most formidable and enlightened stories are stories of overcoming and voluntary suffering. And what is your life if not a story? If pain comes first, pleasure follows. If pleasure comes first, pain follows. It's delayed gratification. Adversities and voluntary suffering heal and illuminate darkness, leading to a well-lived life. Remember the story of Buddha, Siddhartha Gautama, his birth name. He was born in a luxurious palace in what is now Nepal, raised in an environment of wealth and privilege, shielded from the realities of the outside world. However, as he grew, Siddhartha began to encounter human suffering, witnessing old age, sickness, and death during his excursions outside the palace. Many people in the same situation would ignore and opt for comfort, but such individuals never become enlightened with deep compassion for human suffering. Siddhartha chose to renounce a life of comfort and seek answers to fundamental questions of existence and suffering. He abandoned his life of luxury and embarked on a spiritual journey. Over the following years, he engaged in rigorous practices, abstaining from pleasures and material comfort in pursuit of spiritual perfection or enlightenment. It was through a period of deep contemplation and voluntary suffering, facing boredom and confronting his own emotions and fears, that Siddhartha finally attained spiritual enlightenment. He realized fundamental truths about the nature of suffering and spent the rest of his life teaching these lessons and guiding others on the path to enlightenment. Voluntary suffering is an extremely powerful means of spiritual growth and enlightenment. Being silent, contemplating boredom, exercising and studying deeply are examples. In my case, it happened during a severe period in prison, where I was forced to endure involuntary suffering. These sufferings are not wasted. They lead us to lessons that contain a greater understanding of life and ourselves, allowing us to free ourselves through knowledge and transform ourselves through the perception of suffering. The most magnetic and resilient spirits, the most interesting people, are marked by scars. This brings us to the next two divine habits. The power of prayer and meditation. Meditation purifies the soul and allows you to truly feel the supreme union as divine. When you meditate, you live through the mind, keeping it present, serene, and quiet. Life becomes more enchanting, and you appreciate all of creation and the divine manifestation of existence with heightened sensitivity. Like the moon emerging from behind the clouds, meditation not only reinforces other divine habits, but also profoundly transforms your perception. Through meditation, you enter a deep frequency of relaxation, abundance, and inner serenity. In this silence, you feel the presence of God within you. Many people have never experienced this meditative state, but consider this analogy to comprehend meditation. Imagine that throughout your life, you've stood beneath a waterfall, and this waterfall is your mind. The water falls frenetically, representing the external and irritating noises, distractions, as well as the internal chaos of confusing thoughts, tensions, and worries. Meditation is like taking a step back from this waterfall. In this serene and secure place within your mind, you observe the mental flow without becoming entangled in it. You remain untouched by the turbulent waters of the mind, becoming an observer. The divine resides in this state of mental and emotional calmness, free from anxiety, stress, or worry. In this state, your mind is quiet, and you experience a sense of harmony and balance. The pursuit of inner peace is as ancient as humanity itself. Yet, ancestral wisdom tells us that seeking peace outside ourselves is futile. Inner peace is magnetic because most people are drawn to serenity. The language of God is silence, and everything else is a poor translation. When you are peaceful within, you not only attract people, but also the divine presence that provides clarity, allowing you to align your life with your deepest desires and values. Practice self-reflection, maintain a gratitude journal, observe your thoughts and feelings without judgment. Recognize what is within your control and what is not, and let go of what you cannot change. Focus more on the importance of creating moments of connection with God and your higher self, fostering moments of introspection to feel and perceive the world, expanding your consciousness. Purpose. When you do things with your soul, you become magnetic. The divine spirit runs in your veins and inspires your movements. Focus on your purpose and ignore what repels you from your destiny. When you use your energy to your advantage, concentrating on building your own life and recognizing your essence, opportunities arise as synchronicities. You become more focused and less empty. All of this will bring you a sense of self-realization and irresistibility. Genuinely caring to understand, imagine, and act on your dreams is when your spirit is ignited from within. You cause the greatest transformations inside and out. Recognize which melodies of existence resonate with the deepest notes of your soul, and which dissonances repel you from yourself. Thus, you will find your deepest values. Finding purpose in life is an inner journey, a deep exploration of the self that leads us to understand who we are and why we are here. It is a process that requires authenticity, reflection, and self-awareness. It is important to remember that purpose is not something you find quickly. It is more like a continuous discovery journey. To begin, Take a quiet moment to think and meditate on what moves you, what inspires you, and what you deeply value. Look within, at your passions and interests. Ask yourself, what would you do if money were not a problem? What activities make you feel alive and energized? What problems in the world would you like to help solve? Next, pay attention to your natural skills and talents. What do you do well and effortlessly? Your skills can be an important guide to discovering how you can meaningfully contribute to the world. Consider your life experiences, often especially challenging ones, can give clues about your purpose. Ask yourself, what have you learned from these experiences, and how can they be used to help others? Talk to people close to you. Sometimes those who know you best can offer valuable insights into your strengths and passions. Be open to change. As you grow and evolve, your purpose may transform. Do not be afraid to adjust your purpose vision as your understanding of yourself and the world deepens. Remember that finding your purpose is a personal and unique process. Do not compare yourself to others. Your purpose is yours and yours alone, and it can manifest uniquely in your life. When you focus on your purpose, your energy becomes more aligned with that divine essence that guides you in the right direction. As we contemplate the journey of enlightened souls like Buddha, Jesus, and many others, we are reminded that the divine essence resides within each of us. This essence is like a magnetic force that draws us to our higher purpose, an inexhaustible source of love and compassion that we need to reveal to ourselves. Because as we focus on building our lives with purpose, embracing the pursuit of knowledge, and elevating our perception, we unlock the gates of self-realization and become catalysts for profound transformations. Our inner quest liberates us, connects us to the vastness of the universe, and allows us to glimpse the true magnitude of our existence. In this awakening, we become agents of change, radiating light, love, and wisdom. So embrace this journey. Tune into the divine essence that resides within you. Allow your perception to expand, and allow yourself to be the magnet that attracts abundance, compassion, and transformation. Just like the enlightened souls who came before us, you also have the power to ignite your destiny and illuminate the path for yourself and others. May this journey be a divine dance, a symphony of awakened souls united by the magnetism of truth, compassion, and knowledge. As we tread this path, may we share our light with the world and thus transform not only ourselves but also the destiny of humanity.